Hi everyone, and welcome to the Paris Set Me Free mini photo tutorial. If you want to see the photograph I'm going to discuss in much better quality, then do go to the blog at parissetmefree.blogspot.com and look for August 2008. Hey, I don't know if you've ever tried making videos as I'm doing now, but if you thought photography was difficult, I've had all sorts of problems. I've got my I had a horrendous screechy hum on one video. I thought it was the fridge. There's a drill going at the moment. There's trains going by, phone ringing. In the end, it turns out that it's the air conditioning, so that's gone. Okay, so I was on a photo tour with two clients, two Americans. You can see one of them in this photograph. The lady with the legs, the girl with the legs. As I was walking along, I saw these lovely petals, these blood red petals on the ground next to the white stripes, the grey of the concrete, and a red car. And I thought, well, that's quite a pure and very graphic picture. So as a serious photographer, I took a lot of shots, and in the end ended up with 4 that I thought were feasible for good candidates for the final one. Here they are. What do you think? Well, I'll tell you what I thought. First of all, I took this one. It didn't have anything in it, the bottom left, and I mean no people, and it's a fair enough shot, but there's a few flaws. I think if you trace the edges here, it's too sharp of a thing going into the middle, right to the middle of the picture there. Also, this shadow has been chopped off, which I don't particularly like. I like the block of red, which is echoed by the little slivers or shards of red, as though the car has been smashed into little morsels of aluminium or something like that. The tissue, well, there was a rubbish bin, trash bin, Americans, here, but I got rid of it in this shot. But here it's rubbish, but it's quite pure. You know, it's crumpled bit of tissue or something. It's pure white, and it's almost a bit like an enlarged petal. So I think that's okay. In this shot, a guy walked past. Here he is. He's got 2 legs, funnily enough, and those 2 legs are, if they were in the sun, they'd be quite bright white, which would echo these 2 lines that he's actually walking along. Unfortunately, it's not the case. He also stands all over this the shadow of this post here, which is a bit inconsiderate. So, and he also covers up the block of red of the car, which I wanted to echo the petals. So, although there's potential there, I'm afraid he's gone. Now, I like to involve my my tour people, so I asked the girl to walk across the crossing. Crossings and anything which has a use is it's a much stronger photo if the thing is being used for what it's designed for. So someone walking across a crossing is a very logical happening. Unfortunately, there's flaws with this picture as well, I feel. Her shadow goes off the edge, and I'm not keen on shadows or anything else really getting chopped unless I specifically want them to. Also, the red of the car doesn't even exist in this shot, so that's a bit of a no-no. Moving on, I finally asked her, this is one where I specifically placed her. I placed her here and I said, please walk in this direction to here. Took the shot, and in this one I feel everything has come together best. Her shadow, it hasn't been chopped off, neither has this one. These lines are going nicely into the picture, but without this line going straight to the middle and back down. So this is the one, well, as you'll see, the one that I chose was this one, where I think everything comes together best. Let me just tell you why. What have I done to it? Well, apart from my usual playing around with the colours and contrast and 1 or 2 other little things, I've cropped it. I felt that it was better if it was more panoramic, slightly. So I've chopped a bit off the top here, maybe a bit off the bottom. Certainly not touching this though, making sure there's a bit of space there, and certainly not chopping into her shadow, leaving enough of the car there that it's a nice big block of red to echo the petals. I've got rid of the bin. I could see the edge of the bin here. In fact, this is it. I cropped it here. You can see it, but it's not intrusive. It's just a blob. I didn't want any other colours, if possible, apart from the grey, the white, and the red. Obviously, there's the colour of her legs, but she's a human being. I don't expect us to have pure white or pure grey or red legs, so that's not a problem. There's the yellow of the car. Fair enough, you can't have everything. There's also a tiny bit of green here, and as a perfectionist that might trouble me, but not enough to, in this case, to want to falsely colour it red or something corny like that. These have been chopped, the lines here, so that this is a lovely triangle here down in the bottom left pointing into the photo, echoed by this triangle here, a blunter one, a more obtuse one, pointing again into the photo from the top right. Here we have a lovely sharp one pointing into the middle of the photo from the bottom left, and her legs are coming in to echo this angle here, if you see, from the top right. So everything's hunky-dory as far as I'm concerned. I left in this bit of rubbish here because, as I said before, I think it's pure white, more or less, so it's almost like another big petal. These little petals here are falling into this little black hole, which is kind of a curiosity. I've left enough detail in the shadow here that you can see the white underneath. This hasn't become pure black. I think that's important. You can see the detail of the white line cracking up, the paint on the white paint cracking up on the hot concrete there. And similarly here, where there's so much detail, you can actually see a little petal in this bit of shadow here. Two blobby shadows there. That's the shadow of the bin, which you can't actually see. That's the shadow of a post. That's her shadow. That's the other shadow. So that's all looking very nice as far as I'm concerned. Anything else to say about this photo? Don't think so. It's a pure photo. It's very much based on graphics, graphical shapes. Making it more squashed, more horizontal and more panoramic has emphasized the fatness of these white lines here by bringing the horizon, as it were, down. The human element is nice. She's walking, which is important. She's not static. She's doing something. And I've also included the person who was on my tour. So there's a personal touch. Why not? If you're interacting with your environment, but if you're giving a tour, then why not make the people on your tour part of some of your photographs, which is a marvelous compliment, in fact. So thank you very much for being in my photograph, and overall I'm very pleased with this one. So thanks very much. If you want to see the better quality one, don't forget it's parissetmefree.blogspot.com. Look for August 2008. Thanks, and sorry if you had an annoying hum. I'll try to do better next time. See you next time. Bye bye.
Depuis que je suis à Paris, le jour et la nuit, je suis gris. J'ai compris la douceur de vivre. Je suis fou de joie, je suis ivre. Depuis que je suis à Paris.